ESTADIO Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid's president Florentino Perez already made a name for himself in his first term when he saved Real from bankruptcy. Now it's the turn of the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium, which was built in 1947. In Perez's first term, the stadium was completely modernised in terms of interior, technology, comfort, sound and vision, but the structure remained the same. Because of the importance of the stadium, a facility that today provides clubs with huge revenues, Perez commissioned the futuristic Santiago Bernabeu project. It took a long time to prepare, but finally in 2019, the reconstruction of the stadium began, which, according to Perez's idea, was supposed to turn the usual 30 days of use per year into 300 days of exploitation, and raise the level of the club's income from events at the stadium by as much as 35%. Not to mention prestige, because from the end of this year, the Bernabeu Stadium will be absolutely the most modern stadium in the world. Everything that technology today considers the latest, along with the old successful performances of the team, will be incorporated into the new Bernabeu. The key changes are in the structure, because the amphitheatre, 80,000 seats, 245 VIP boxes, will only be increased in luxury and comfort. The Bernabeu will become the first stadium whose hybrid football turf will descend into a chamber, where it will be specially treated in terms of light, feeding and maintenance. This is being done for the first time in history, so that at the Bernabeu could be raised from the chambers for basketball and handball courts, tennis court or grass for tennis, ice rink for hockey, or special floors for the masses at concerts, fairs and congresses, i.e. all possible events that will be organised at the stadium facility. Due to all the contents, the original idea to build a luxury hotel and shopping centre was rejected, because they would take up a lot of space and are not necessary considering the numerous similar facilities in the centre of Madrid. So there will always be something going on at the Bernabeu, not just the 30 or so games of Real season, and not just an ordinary tourist tour. It is predicted that Real will have more than 200 million euros in their account annually, just from the income of all these contents. The new Bernabeu will be 12 metres higher and will accommodate 80,242 spectators. All seats will be seated, comfortable and with an 87% slope, which allows for an excellent view from every corner of the stadium. Of course, they will also be covered. Due to the aforementioned new facilities, sports and entertainment, a roof was built which will turn Real Stadium into a magnificent hall in 15 minutes. Mallorca Son Moix Stadium. The home of RCD Mallorca from 1999, Son Moix Stadium will be renovated and modernised in the coming months, with some works having already been completed. The stadium's architecture is not the worst in Spain, but it's far from the best. One of the most striking things is the beautifully curved structure that curves elegantly over the two-row west stand. The two-row approach to the tribune space is repeated on the east side, while the south and north tribunes are made in one row with all the shortcomings that are normal for a stadium of this type. It was decided to renovate the stadium into a more classical football facility, preserving the existing form of the stadium. To achieve this, the lower ring of the stands will be completely rebuilt. Taking the place of the athletics track, will surround the football field. The liquidated arches will be replaced by additional usable spaces. The creation of a roof over the eastern stand, similar to the one on the opposite side, will be one of the major changes. The changes will move the lower rows of stands to a distance of 8.5 metres from the pitch. The capacity of the facility after the modernisation will be maintained at the level of approximately 23,000 spectators. The ceremonial start of the reconstruction took place on the 5th of May 2022. The renovation plan was divided into 4 stages and are to be completed by January 2024. The reconstruction of the largest stadium in the Balearic Island is expected to cost around 21 million euros. Financing will be borne by the club, which will receive assistance from funds from the business partnership of La Liga and CVC Capital Partners. During the reconstruction, the facility is to remain functional and RCD Mallorca will continue to play its matches there. Camp Nou. FC Barcelona entered into a major reconstruction project of the existing stadium. In 4 years, the famous Camp Nou Stadium in Barcelona will get a completely new look. Renowned Japanese architectural firm Nikken Sekai has done the project. From June 2022 to presumably June 2025, the complete refreshment of Camp Nou will be completed, which when it shines with its new glory should receive 105,000 spectators. The Barcelona City Council approved all points of the project, which should completely change the look of the city. The new stadium will have 105,000 covered seats with a superb view, with a new Blaugrana Hall for 12,500 spectators, noting that the first part of the project has already been realised. The accompanying Johan Cruyff Stadium was completed in 2019. Therefore, the works will take place in several stages. There will also be a technology park, auxiliary fields and a fun service part of the complex. Internal works at the stadium itself will include the dismantling of a part of the stand behind the south goal, on the side of the club's medical centre. The appearance of all stands will be refreshed. New traffic lights, cameras will be installed. A new telecommunication centre, TV compound will be opened. What is most important for the players and fans of Barcelona? The works inside the stadium will not start before the summer of 2023. So first, everything around the stadium will be built, and from the summer of next year, the demolition and construction of new parts on the field and stands will begin. This means that Barcelona will be able to play at the Camp Nou for the entire 2022-23 season, and that from 2023 to 2025 they will be playing at the Olympic Stadium. New Mestalla. While Valencia wallows in mediocrity, the new Mestalla project seems to be moving from a standstill. Dead capital from the club has been unused for years. Millions were spent and the project was not completed. Valencia started building a new stadium in 2007, but then the economic crisis came, the club ran into financial problems and the project stopped halfway. It has been a ghost stadium ever since. The concrete skeleton of the stadium was built, but plans were reduced several times due to high costs. In the meantime, the owner has changed, with Peter Lim buying 70% of the shares in 2014. The Singaporean billionaire promised to quickly complete the stadium and return Valencia to the top of Spanish football, but neither has happened. The new Mestalla was originally supposed to have about 70,000 seats, and according to the latest plan, which was adopted at the end of last year, the capacity was reduced by about 20,000. It is still not known exactly how many seats it will have, but it is estimated that it will be between 50 and 60,000. According to the Spanish media, the club's board is considering two very strange options for installing the roof. The most ambitious and innovative is the roof with solar panels that will make the new Mestalla an unprecedented energy park in Spain. It is estimated that the solar roof will distribute 5 megawatts of electricity, which is enough to directly supply the entire city district of Benicalap where the new Mestalla is located. The project will cost around 50 million euros. Valencia does not include that item in the budget of 115 million that they will invest in the completion of the stadium. The plan is for the stadium to be completed by 2025, and at the same time, an athletics track will be installed, which would enable the city of Valencia to apply for the organisation of other major sports events. The Spanish Football Association also hopes that new Mestalla will be completed within the planned period, so that the new stadium will be one of those that could apply to host the World Cup in 2030, for which Spain and Portugal will submit a joint bid. The current Mestalla Stadium, where Valencia team plays, was built way back in 1923 and has been renovated twice so far. Abanca Balaídos. Celta Vigo was founded in 1923 and its stadium, Balaídos, designed by architect Gennaro de la Fuente, was inaugurated in 1928. The stadium has a capacity for 31,800 spectators. In 2014, a new plan for full renovation of the stadium under the name New Wave was introduced. As part of this concept, the new stands behind the goals were to be built much closer to the field, and the athletics track was to be removed. In 2015, the works began on the north stand, which got the new wavy roof and facade, and also the new system of lightings was installed on the stadium, with new modern multifunctional LED lights. In 2021, the reconstruction of the western stand began. Both eastern and western stands behind the goals are currently under reconstruction. It's still unknown when the works will finish, but one thing is for sure. Celta Vigo will get one of the most beautiful looking stadiums in Spain. Its capacity should be 31,100, and the reconstruction will cost almost €30 million. New Marbella Stadium. In the summer of 2022, the first plan for the new Marbella Stadium was unveiled. The plan includes building of the new 8,000-seater stadium, an indoor athletics track, gym and parking. FC Marbella, who currently play in the Tercera division, the 5th division of Spanish football, plays their matches at the Estadio Antonio Lorenzo Cuevas, which would be demolished to make way for the new stadium to be built at the same site. With its concept design for the new stadium, Huerte Arquitecto Studio, which has offices in both Marbella and Estepona, won the ideas competition. The mayor of Marbella characterized the idea as contemporary, sustainable and functional. Even though only 6 projects made the cut for the final list out of 11 submitted, the Dream Big project received the highest score. A football stadium with 8,000 capacity was required. Additionally, it has to have more than 900 parking places, an indoor covered athletics track, a gym and a fitness area. The tender for the comprehensive project study, for which €985,000 have been allotted, still needs to be submitted. The current stadium in the heart of Marbella will be demolished once the final plan is ready, with the removal of the lighting towers and the surrounding fencing of the area set for February of next year. The demolition itself will take place in September 2023, which will take about 3 months. From then on, we will start liaising with local residents, and in parallel, we will put out the tender for the work itself. The idea is that between 2023 and 2024, we can start building, Munoz said.